So let's take a couple of moments and go through a travel journal. This is a travel journal that I kept on the Athabasca River. This was about a 2-week canoe trip down the Athabasca River from Whitecourt, Alberta, down to the little town of Athabasca. And this is my title page for it. This is a 5x7 Winsor Newton watercolor book, so it's good and durable. I probably wouldn't use coil bound again, but you know, hey, I'm not too worried about it. It was compact, fit in my kit just beautifully. So, so there's the title, a little banner across the top. There's the date. I put a little subtitle in it, being a special canoe trip to celebrate the 200th anniversary of Fort Assiniboine. So I took a photograph right out of the series of photos I did. I did a color photocopy of it, and I tore it out. And this kind of little edge here, when you tear something out like this, that rough edge is called a decal edge. Years ago, I used to work in a bindery, and I always loved decal edge papers. I think they're kind of rough and cool looking. Anyways, so you know, the rest of this journal is chronological. So I'll put a date at the top. And each successive day, you'll add a series of you know, just write-ups of where you've gone and what you've done, all of those kinds of things. A beautiful sunny day the whole way, and overall traffic wasn't too bad. So I left a little space here, and I did this little vignette painting here of the highway that we were on, heading, you know, out to Athabasca. And Whitecourt, you know, the whole thing is that, you know, a travel journal is often like a nature journal as well. And there were all kinds of flowers and things that you would see along the way. So fireweed, for example, pretty distinct the way they kind of bend over at the top. So again, chronological, there's a date up at the top. Sometimes it's on the side. Sometimes I've put it in the middle. Kind of, you can vary it. I mean, this is where your style starts to come out. Again, I left a little space at the bottom for this kind of view looking down the river at Whitecourt. Dates, again, so much dew this morning. You know, it was this was still cool, despite the fact that it was, you know, kind of early July. I wanted to add a little flavor to the paper, so I just took some yellow and kind of spattered it across there. This little vignette is actually from a photograph that I took looking upriver. One of the canoes was pulled to the riverbank, and so I just did a quick little sketch of that. You know, a wonky kind of canoe, but everybody gets the idea. There's nobody on the planet is going to question that that's actually a canoe. So, you know, be generous with yourself when you're doing these little sketches. So again, dates. Again, a little trip. A little vignette down the river. I left this space, and you can take the watercolor and you can do it right into the text itself, and not to worry. So now these were big Voyageur canoes. There's 6 people in each canoe, so you know, all kinds of things that you can record about where you've gone. So, you know, one of the things that struck me as driving through this northern Alberta in terms of the landscape is this scruffy kind of spruce forest that lines the roadside of every dinky little road you're on in the backwoods of Alberta. And, you know, it's kind of rough and scraggly, but there's something beautiful about it as well. So I tried to capture some of that. So everyone, I think, had a pretty lazy day of it. And the day got hot and humid again as the day progressed. So, you know, you give a sense of what it was like. One of our canoe trips, this is the Klondike Ferry. We drag all our canoes up onto the bank. This is our campsite off to the side, and the Athabasca River is flowing this way. So again, lots of nature art that you can put into your journals, and you can paint right over top. So I did all the writing on this, and then I drew this this paintbrush right over top of it. So lots of things that you can do to kind of spruce up your travel journal. We pulled to the side one time, and the riverbank was really wet and muddy, and there were wolf tracks along, and somebody in a canoe further upstream had said they'd seen a wolf duck into the forest. And there were little wolf tracks beside it as well, and they said that there was a like a little wolf cub there too. So there's a good sense of a travel journal. Have a look through it. Set up your own travel journal. Think about this. 100 years from now, one of your great-grandchildren or maybe a great-nephew or niece are going to get this, and they're going to have a look through it and see just what kind of adventures you went on and where you did and where you went and what you did and who you met and all of those kinds of things. So a really wonderful record of who you are as a person. So go for it. If you got questions, fire away. I'm more than happy to answer and get you going on your very own travel journal.